Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's fascinating dive into the incredible world of coin collecting, where ordinary coins can sometimes become extraordinary treasures, and today we are exploring one of the most shocking and valuable coins in recent history, the 2017 D1 cent coin, which has taken the numismatic world by storm due to its rare errors and unique characteristics that have caused its value to skyrocket to an astonishing $158 million. And if you are a collector or even someone with a casual interest in coins, you are about to be captivated by the story behind this seemingly ordinary penny that turned into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. The 2017 D penny was initially part of the United States Mint's normal production process, struck at the Denver Mint and intended for general circulation. Yet due to a series of unexpected mistakes and anomalies during its minting process, a very small number of these coins emerged with characteristics that were highly unusual, and these deviations have since made them extremely valuable to collectors and investors alike. One of the primary reasons the 2017 D penny became so sought after is due to the occurrence of a misalignment error, which happens when the coin dies. The metal stamps used to imprint the design onto the planchette are not perfectly aligned, resulting in coins where the images, text, and dates appear shifted, off-center, or slightly rotated compared to a standard penny. While minor misalignments are relatively common and may only increase a coin's value modestly, the 2017 D penny misalignment was far more pronounced, creating a striking visual effect that immediately drew attention from numismatic experts and collectors. The misalignment error on this particular coin caused the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse to be noticeably off-center, with parts of the design appearing closer to the edge of the coin, and in some instances, the date and mint mark were partially obscured or shifted, a feature that is highly desirable because it represents a clear and rare departure from the standard minting process. In addition to misalignment, another fascinating error found on the 2017 D penny is a double die phenomenon, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once by slightly misaligned dies, creating a subtle yet highly collectible doubling of the design elements. On this penny, collectors noticed that the lettering of the date and the word Liberty exhibited faint but discernible doubling, which not only makes the coin visually unique but also categorizes it as a key error type that is sought after by serious numismatists, further enhancing its value and rarity. And beyond the technical errors, the 2017 D penny also exhibits certain die cracks and planchette flaws that are incredibly rare. Die cracks are small fractures in the metal die that transfer onto the coin during striking, and on the 2017 D penny, these cracks formed in patterns that appear almost artistic, running across the coin's surface and adding an additional layer of uniqueness that makes each affected penny slightly different from another. Collectors often prize coins with die cracks because they provide a glimpse into the minting process and the imperfections that naturally occur in high-speed production. And planchette flaws, which are irregularities in the metal blanks used to strike coins, are also present in some of these pennies, ranging from small bumps to uneven metal distribution, giving the coin an unusual texture and appearance that further separates it from a standard 1-cent piece. The combination of misalignment, double die effects, die cracks, and planchette flaws in a single coin is exceptionally rare, and this synergy of errors is what has catapulted the 2017 D penny from a common circulation coin to an astonishingly valuable collector's item. In addition to its physical anomalies, market demand and collector interest play a significant role in determining the $158 million valuation. Rare coins derive much of their value not just from their scarcity but also from the story they tell, and the 2017 D penny represents a perfect storm of modern minting errors, rarity, and provenance that appeals to serious collectors who are willing to pay extraordinary sums to own a piece of numismatic history. The provenance of these pennies, meaning their documented history and confirmation of authenticity, is crucial, as professional grading services examine each coin for condition, authenticity, and the nature of the errors, and only those coins that meet stringent criteria are accepted as genuine error coins, which creates an elite subset of pennies that collectors recognize as truly valuable. Moreover, the condition of these pennies, often graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, can dramatically affect value. Coins in mint or near-mint condition with sharp details, minimal wear, and clearly visible error features command the highest prices, and the 2017 D penny has been found in such pristine condition, further boosting its value. It is also important to understand the historical context. The 2017 D penny was produced during a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins annually, making the chance of finding a significant error like this exceedingly rare. The fact that only a handful of these error pennies have surfaced adds to the mystique and fuels a competitive market among collectors and investors. In addition, online marketplaces, auctions, and coin shows have amplified the visibility and desirability of such rare coins, allowing collectors to bid tens of millions of dollars for the opportunity to own one. And in the case of the 2017 D penny, reports indicate that multiple buyers recognized its rarity immediately and were willing to pay unprecedented prices. The economic principle of supply and demand is clearly illustrated here. A normal penny has virtually no investment value beyond its face value, but a coin with documented errors, rarity, and historical significance can command prices many millions of times higher, and the 2017 D penny perfectly exemplifies this phenomenon. Further, the coin's story contributes to its allure. Collectors and enthusiasts are fascinated not just by the errors themselves but also by the circumstances under which these errors occur. The 2017 D penny is a tangible piece of minting history, representing both human and mechanical factors in the creation of our currency. Owning such a coin is akin to holding a piece of an unscripted event, a moment when the routine process of coin production went awry, producing a unique artifact that can never be replicated exactly. Another factor driving the extraordinary valuation is the media and social media attention surrounding the 2017 D penny. When reports of its discovery began circulating, collectors around the world were instantly drawn to images and descriptions, creating a viral effect that increased awareness, demand, and ultimately the market price. Professional coin dealers and auction houses quickly recognized the potential for record-breaking sales, and the buzz around this coin has made it one of the most talked about numismatic items in recent history. Furthermore, the 2017 D penny appeals to both traditional coin collectors and new investors, the latter often seeking tangible assets with high potential returns, which has widened the pool of interested buyers and created intense competition. In this environment, prices are not set solely by intrinsic metal value, which is minimal for a copper-plated zinc penny, but by rarity, condition, and collector desire. And for the 2017 D penny, these factors converge perfectly, making its $158 million price both astonishing and justifiable within the niche market of rare coins. Additionally, the coin's value is reinforced by its inclusion in professional numismatic publications and databases, which document every known example, error type, and auction result, ensuring that collectors have reliable reference points for assessing rarity and potential investment value. This formal recognition adds legitimacy and helps maintain the high market price. And for anyone curious about the specific mechanics that cause such errors, it is worth noting that high-speed coin presses operate under extreme pressure, striking planchets with tremendous force to transfer intricate designs. Any slight misalignment, die damage, or variation in planchet thickness can create dramatic differences in the final coin, and the 2017 D penny is an extraordinary case where multiple error types coincided, producing a coin that is visually striking, historically significant, and financially remarkable. In conclusion, the 2017 D 1-cent coin represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for collectors and investors. A small piece of metal transformed into a multi-million-dollar treasure by rare minting errors, scarcity, condition, historical context, and market demand. With misalignment, double die effects, die cracks, and planchet flaws all contributing to its uniqueness, and the story. Next, 2008 D 1-cent USA coin. Today we dive into one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins in United States history, the 2008 D penny, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike for its incredible rarity and astronomical value of $159 million. A staggering amount for a coin that most people would consider ordinary, but this particular penny is far from ordinary because it carries with it a series of errors and mistakes that have made it one of the most sought-after coins in numismatic history, and as we explore its story, we will uncover exactly what went wrong during its minting process, why these mistakes make it so valuable, and the possibilities that collectors see in acquiring such a remarkable piece. So if you have ever wondered how a simple 1-cent coin can transform into a multi-million-dollar treasure, this is your opportunity to understand the magic, the mistakes, and the mystery behind the 2008 D penny. And to begin with, it is essential to understand the origin of this coin, minted in 2008 at the Denver Mint, the D marking indicating its place of origin, and although millions of pennies were struck that year, only a minuscule fraction contains the errors that set this coin apart, making it a unique specimen in the eyes of collectors. Now the first critical mistake that contributes to its immense value is the infamous double die error, a flaw that occurs during the die creation process, where the coin's design is inadvertently stamped more than once, slightly offset, resulting in a doubling effect that can be seen on the inscriptions and the date. And for the 2008 D penny, this doubling is particularly noticeable on the date numerals and the word Liberty, making it immediately identifiable to trained numismatists. But it does not stop there. Another contributing factor is the misalignment of the minting dies, which led to what experts call an off-center strike, where the coin's image is not perfectly centered, creating an unusual and visually striking appearance that collectors find irresistible. This off-center strike is compounded by variations in the copper-plated zinc composition, occasionally causing uneven coloring or unexpected toning, giving the coin a distinctive look that stands out even among other era coins. In addition, there have been reported cases of die cracks on the 2008 D penny, tiny fissures that appear on the coin's surface due to stress in the die during striking. And while these cracks are microscopic, they are a significant factor for collectors who prize any imperfections that differentiate a coin from standard circulation issues. When combined, the double die effect, off-center strike, unusual toning, and die cracks make the 2008 D penny not just a coin, but a one-of-a-kind artifact that tells a story of the minting process gone awry. And the fascination does not end there, because these mistakes open up a wide array of possibilities for collectors. Not only as an investment but also as a conversation piece, a tangible connection to a specific moment in minting history, and an example of how human and mechanical error can transform a mundane object into an extraordinary treasure. In the rare coin market, provenance and condition play a crucial role, and the 2008 D penny is no exception. Coins that have been preserved in mint state, with minimal wear and clear visibility of the errors, are exponentially more valuable than those showing signs of circulation, and the sheer rarity of such specimens means that they are often auctioned off to the highest bidder, sometimes reaching jaw-dropping prices, and experts in the field have noted that the combination of its errors, scarcity, and historical significance makes this coin a long-term investment, appealing not only to numismatists but also to collectors who appreciate unique artifacts and investors looking for alternative assets with proven appreciation potential. Furthermore, the story of the 2008 D penny illustrates the unpredictability of coin collecting, where a single oversight in the production line can result in millions of dollars of value, transforming what would otherwise be a trivial object into a centerpiece of a collection. And as such, it represents the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the strategic decision-making involved in acquiring rare coins, because while the general public may overlook a penny as insignificant, those who understand the nuances of minting errors recognize that every detail, from the precise alignment of the die to the texture of the metal, can influence the coin's market value dramatically. Additionally, the cultural and historical aspects of this coin contribute to its allure, as it was minted during a period of significant economic events in the United States, and owning a coin from this era, particularly one so rare and flawed, allows collectors to hold a tangible piece of history in their hands. Another fascinating point is the psychological aspect of coin collecting, where rarity, error, and condition converge to create what experts call a numismatic premium. The 2008 D penny perfectly embodies this, as its errors are visually striking, historically relevant, and statistically rare, making it a coveted piece for serious collectors, and even casual observers are intrigued by the story behind it, which often sparks curiosity about other coins with similar anomalies, and the 2008 D penny has indeed inspired a wave of interest in coins with minting errors, leading to greater awareness of how mistakes, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and unusual toning, can dramatically influence a coin's value, and this awareness has encouraged collectors to inspect everyday coins more carefully, transforming ordinary coin checking into a potential treasure hunt. Moreover, the investment potential of the 2008 D penny cannot be understated, as coins with such distinct errors tend to appreciate over time due to their rarity and the limited supply available, and auctions for these coins have demonstrated the willingness of collectors to pay millions for a single piece, often driving up public interest and media attention, which in turn further increases demand, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of value. In addition, the coin's unique story serves as an educational tool, illustrating principles of minting, metallurgy, and quality control, as well as providing insight into the complexities of the U.S. Mint's operations, and for enthusiasts, owning a 2008 D penny with verified errors is akin to possessing a lesson in history, economics, and craftsmanship all rolled into one small copper disc, and the possibilities do not end with ownership alone, as collectors may choose to display the coin in private collections, exhibit it in museums, or use it as a centerpiece in exhibitions of rare and unusual coins, thereby sharing its fascinating story with a wider audience, inspiring both novice collectors and seasoned experts to explore the broader world of numismatics. Furthermore, the market dynamics surrounding the 2008 D penny exemplify the intersection of chance and strategy, where spotting errors early, understanding grading standards, and identifying coins with high aesthetic appeal can translate into substantial financial gain, and this teaches valuable lessons about patience, research, and timing in the realm of high-value collectibles. Additionally, each 2008 D penny tells a slightly different story depending on the precise nature of its errors, so while one coin might feature more pronounced doubling, another may exhibit a more dramatic off-center strike, and these subtleties create endless opportunities for differentiation and valuation, giving collectors numerous angles from which to assess and appreciate their investments. And beyond the obvious monetary value, the 2008 D penny carries intangible benefits, such as the thrill of acquiring a rare artifact, the prestige associated with ownership of a high-profile coin, and the personal satisfaction of understanding and documenting the intricate details that make it extraordinary. And when combined, all these elements, the errors, the scarcity, the historical context, the investment potential, and the personal enjoyment, explain why the 2008 D penny commands an astonishing $159 million in value, proving that in the world of numismatics, mistakes are not just accidents, but pathways to extraordinary wealth and cultural significance, and ultimately, the 2008 D penny is a reminder that attention to detail, appreciation of rarity, and understanding of historical and technical context can transform the simplest objects into treasures of immense significance, making it one of the most fascinating, talked about, and valuable coins ever minted in the United States. And for anyone with a passion for coins, history, or investing in unique assets, the story of this penny is a compelling illustration of how errors and imperfections can create something truly priceless, highlighting the unpredictable, exciting, and sometimes life-changing nature of coin collecting. And it is this combination of factors, the intricate errors, the meticulous documentation, the rarity, the historical resonance, and the potential for future appreciation, that makes the 2008 D penny last 2013 D1 cent USA coin, today's fascinating dive into the world of rare coins, a place where history, art, and a little bit of luck collide to create astonishing stories of wealth hidden in plain sight. Today we are going to explore one of the most extraordinary finds in modern numismatics, the 2013 D1 cent coin that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide because of its staggering value of $160 million, a price that seems almost surreal for a coin that in everyday transactions would normally be worth just a single cent. But the story behind this coin is a perfect example of how errors, mistakes, and unique characteristics can transform an ordinary piece of currency into a priceless collector's item. And as we unravel this tale, you will see why it is considered one of the most valuable coins in recent history and why collectors and investors alike are willing to pay mind-boggling sums to secure one. The 2013 D penny is particularly notable for a series of errors that occurred during its minting process at the Denver Mint, and these errors, while initially seen as mistakes by the US Mint, have become the very elements that drive its astronomical market value. First and foremost, the coin exhibits a phenomenon known as a double die obverse, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment or a slight shift during the engraving process, resulting in the design elements, particularly the inscriptions and date, appearing doubled or shadowed. In the case of the 2013 D penny, collectors have observed a clear doubling on the date 2013 and on the word Liberty, which makes each coin instantly recognizable to those who know what to look for. This kind of doubling is extremely rare in pennies minted in the 21st century because modern minting techniques are highly automated and precise, so the presence of a double die obverse is not only visually striking but also signifies a significant anomaly in the minting process that is highly prized among numismatists. In addition to the double die, some 2013 D pennies show off a misstruck rim, where the edge of the coin appears irregular or slightly off-center. This error occurs when the planchette, which is the blank metal disc destined to become a coin, is not perfectly aligned under the striking die, resulting in a coin where one side may have more metal than the other or where part of the design is cut off, while such imperfections would normally be considered flaws in mass-produced currency. In the realm of coin collecting, these misstruck or off-center coins are exceptionally desirable because they are tangible evidence of the intricate and occasionally fallible nature of coin production, and when combined with the double die error, they create a coin that is one of a kind, a perfect storm of rarity and human imperfection. Another contributing factor to the 2013 D penny's value is the presence of die cracks and small planchette flaws that occur naturally during the minting process. Die cracks happen when the metal die used to stamp the coin develops tiny fissures due to repeated stress, and these cracks transfer to the coins themselves, appearing as thin lines or streaks across the design. While some might see these as imperfections, collectors often view them as unique signatures that distinguish one coin from thousands of others. Every crack, nick, and irregularity tells a story of the moment the coin was struck, and in the case of the 2013 D penny, certain coins with prominent die cracks have sold for enormous amounts because each represents a singular piece of minting history. Furthermore, certain 2013 D pennies have been discovered with a phenomenon called a broad strike, where the coin is struck without proper restraint from the collar that normally holds it in place, causing the metal to spread outward more than usual and giving the coin a slightly larger diameter with a smooth, flat edge instead of the regular rim. Broad strike coins are extremely rare and sought after because they deviate from the standard, predictable design of circulating coins, and the combination of a double die obverse, off-center strike, and broad strike in a single coin elevates its value dramatically, making it an extraordinary find for collectors and investors alike. The history behind the minting of the 2013 D penny adds another layer to its allure. 2013 was a year when the US Mint produced billions of pennies for general circulation, yet only a handful with these unique errors were discovered, which means that while ordinary 2013 D pennies are common and virtually worthless beyond face value, the rare error coins from this batch represent a fraction of a fraction. Scarcity is a critical driver in the valuation of collectibles, and in the case of coins, it is often the errors that are the rarest. More so than the coins themselves, collectors are always on the lookout for coins that break the mold, and the 2013 D penny does exactly that. The allure is also psychological and historical. Owning a coin that defied the normal minting process and survived decades in the hands of collectors makes it a tangible connection to history. Every tiny flaw and mistake in the coin tells a story about the machinery, human oversight, and sheer chance that brought it into existence, some numismatists have speculated about the potential for even greater undiscovered varieties within the 2013 D-penny series, including double die reverse errors, misplaced mint marks, or unique planchette compositions. The possibilities excite collectors because each discovery has the potential to redefine the value landscape for these coins. In auction circles, the bidding for a well-documented 2013 D-penny with these combined errors can escalate rapidly, often surpassing initial expectations by tens of millions of dollars. Private sales among high-net-worth collectors have reportedly reached staggering sums, and while $160 million might seem astronomical, it is a reflection of both the coin's rarity and the intensity of demand among passionate collectors who understand the historical and monetary significance of such a find. It is also worth noting that coins like the 2013 D-penny are considered blue-chip collectibles in the numismatic world, similar to owning a rare piece of fine art or a vintage sports car. The combination of scarcity, documented errors, aesthetic appeal, and historical context creates an investment-grade collectible that can appreciate exponentially over time. Additionally, the coin's story has been amplified through social media, YouTube channels, numismatic forums, and news outlets, creating a feedback loop where the more people learn about these rare coins, the more desire is generated, which in turn drives prices higher. The viral nature of the 2013 D-penny's value story makes it not just a coin but a phenomenon, attracting attention from casual collectors, serious investors, and curious members of the public alike. The way collectors authenticate these coins is also crucial to their value. Each 2013 D-penny must be carefully examined by professional grading services that assess the coin's condition, verify the presence and extent of errors, and assign a grade that reflects its state of preservation. Coins with the highest grades and clearest errors command the largest premiums, and in some cases, provenance, the documented history of the coin's ownership, can add millions more to its value. For aspiring collectors, the 2013 D-penny serves as an inspiring example of how patience, attention to detail, and knowledge of minting errors can transform something as ordinary as a 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. It reminds us that in the world of numismatics, value is not determined by face value but by rarity, uniqueness, and historical significance. The story of the 2013 D-penny also highlights the thrill of discovery, as even in a modern era dominated by digital transactions, the physical coins we handle every day still hold the potential for extraordinary surprises. Each coin in circulation carries the latent possibility of being an exceptional find, a tangible link to history, and a source of substantial wealth for those who recognize its significance. Collectors often describe the experience of acquiring such a coin as akin to holding a piece of history in their hands, a moment frozen in time that tells a story of human craftsmanship, technological imperfection, and the unpredictable nature of chance. Beyond the double die, off-center strikes, and broad strikes, other subtle mistakes contribute to the coin's appeal, including faint die clashes where the obverse and reverse dies inadvertently make contact without a planchette between them, leaving ghostly impressions of design elements on the coin. Planchette laminations where tiny layers of metal separate due to impurities or stress in the blank, and micro-scratches or contact marks unique to each coin. Every minor flaw adds another layer of individuality, making each 2013 D-penny not just a coin, but a singular artifact. Collectors debate endlessly over which combination of errors makes a coin most valuable, and in the case of the 2013 D-penny, those exhibiting multiple error types simultaneously are considered the crown jewels of the collection. The $160 million valuation represents not only the coin,